Yeah, man, it's your boy 1800, man. I'm out here about to restore this Dixie Narco 16. I don't remember the name of the model number of it, but this is my Dixie Narco. I'm restoring it. I purchased it. Only reason why I'm restoring it is because, you know, for one, some of the stickers that was on the left side of it was like it's about to come off, and once I seen that about to come off, I just wanted to paint it because I'm fixing it up and I wanted to put it into a store. And I just kind of felt like it just looked it real boring, you know what I'm saying? It just looked it real stale. Like if it was in the store, you know, people just pass it by, they wouldn't spend any money on it. So I figured, you know, let me take it all off. Let me take off all the components and paint it and make it pop. Make it look good. And once I make it look good, I would probably flip my money. I make the money that I spun on it back plus 10 more. So I figured to paint it. That's one of the maneuvers or the moves that I was trying to do with this here vending machine. I wanted to paint it, make it look more appealing to people. So when somebody walk past it, they look at it and they like, okay, let me spend some money into the vending machine. Let me get a soda or something. So, that's why I did that. And also, the vending machine wasn't really all that working. And I just wanted to just, probably put some new components in. And while I'm at it, I can just, paint it at the same time. So right now, all I'm doing is taking off the sticker. I don't know if you guys seen it, but I was using the heat gun and the chipper. So yeah, today's the next day, man. That son of a bitch took me the whole entire day, man, just to take those stickers off and all those other components. But at this moment right now, I'm about to use 150 grit paper, sandpaper, and sand that son of a bitch down to make everything real smooth. Because if nothing is real smooth, you can't paint, or you can't really paint real good. Because if it's not smooth, you're just gonna just leave old paint, and then if you do that, man, the paint is just gonna come off, and it's like you're just wasting money and you're wasting paint. You know what I'm saying? So one thing you got to do, you got to use some sandpaper. You got to sand it down to the same level of texture. You know what I'm saying? You make it. You see how that is? That's a smooth texture, and everything is all even. There's no bumps. You rub your hand across that, man. It's just real smooth. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you want your texture to be when you're about to paint. You know what I'm saying? All that right there is like adhesive. I had to sand that sucker down, man, and made everything real smooth. So once you sand everything down, man, you got to use a water solution. See, that's the adhesive paper. And I sand that son of a gun down, and that sucker right there is real smooth. You can't, yeah, right, yeah, you can't, there's no lumps or no bumps on that bitch right there, because all that right there is real smooth. But once you get everything real smooth, you got to use this water solution. Where I created is apple cider vinegar, paint thinner, alcohol, and some water. Once you get everything real smooth, you just got to wash it down real good. You know what I'm saying? Once you wash it down real good with that paint thinner and that apple cider vinegar solution and that alcohol, it should just take away all the dirt, all the dirt, all the sand, all that excess. When you sanded it, it just takes all that off. You're just wiping all the dirt, and you're making everything real clean and real smooth. Because once you sand something, man, you're just gonna have all that excess sand and dust all over the place. So once you use that apple cider vinegar solution, it just washes everything's off and you're ready to paint. But I did run across this right here. If you look right here, man, this son of a junk looked like it's been sitting in the sun for forever, man, and it just got all them sunspots on it. But the only thing that I couldn't really get real smooth is that top texture, the top roof of the Dixie Narco. I used the 110, I used the 150 grit paper in it. It didn't really make it real. It didn't make it real smooth. You know what I'm saying? I was having trouble. So I also went in and I think I bought another rougher sandpaper, and it didn't work. So I had to go to Home Depot and purchase this drummer tool and use that drill bit in order to make everything everything that's on top real smooth, man. Because that sandpaper wasn't working at all. So if you can look, man, you see all them brown spots. That's like rust spots. And if you rub your finger or your hand across that right there, man, that bit is not smooth at all, man. That bit is real rough. So only some parts of it, if you can see those gray spots right there, I used the sandpaper, and it did a job. It did a job on that. It did a little job on it, make it real smooth. But majority of the roof is like that. You see that? If you could really look, man, is that paint right there or that metal is chipping. It's chipping, man, and I can't have that when I paint. So what I did, I used that drummer tool, and I used the little the metal wire thing, the drill bit, and I sand that down to make it, contour to what's next to it. You know what I'm saying? To make it real smooth. So it made it real smooth. It really did. And I got to do this to the whole entire roof. So once I did that, and I ran across it with the 150 grit paper, and everything evened out. So after I did that, I did the top, man. Everything, you see that? Everything's gray now because I really scrubbed it, man. I really scrubbed it, and I used that drummer tool, man, and it just took that whole black paint off the top of that, man. So now everything is real smooth. You know what I'm saying? I used that water solution, man. The apple cider vinegar, the paint thinner, the alcohol, and the water. And I wiped it off, and I let it sit for about 10 minutes. Now I'm finna prep it to get it painted. So my mother, she always going out, buying groceries and et cetera, man. And I seen these paper bags, and I just grabbed it, and I used that just to, block out all the components that I wouldn't be painting, because I don't want to get no paint on the components. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get some paint on the components, it's just it might mess up the component. Make it real sticky and icky. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want that, and it's not gonna look good. So I used a little paper bag from Whole Foods, and I blocked out a lot of the some of the parts, and I also took out some parts, and I used the tape to tape the corners and everything else. And that's what I'm doing at the moment, man. But the thing that I'm finna be doing next is that I'm finna be using some primer, some latex primer to paint over the black. You know what I'm saying? Because it's black, and just because it's black, I don't want to paint my finished paint on a black surface, because it's probably gonna make the paint that I have make it more dark. I'm trying to make it pop, so I'm trying to make it look more appealing, and also it also protects the paint. So here go the latex primer. This is the paint that I'm finna be putting over the black paint, the old paint that's on the Dixie Narco. That right there is a paint gun holder. It holds the paint, and you put the gun inside, and you cap it off. And that black thing that's my skull cap, right? I didn't have a filter because once you put paint in the paint gun, you don't want it to have any kind of bubbles or any kind of bubbles, no air in you don't want no air bubbles in the paint gun in the paint. So in order to take out all the air bubbles, you gotta use like a filter to to thin out the paint to make it, go in straight to take out all the air bubbles. So so that's why I'm using my wave cap. And at this moment right here, man, this is a Walmart bag. I put the paint inside of it because I didn't have a funnel. So what I did is that I put it in the Walmart bag, and I cut a hole at the end of it, and I use it like an icing. You know how you put the icing on a cake, the little thing, I don't know what you call it, but I did it like that because I didn't have a funnel. And if I were to pour the paint directly into that little cup thing, the paint would be all over the place. So that's what I'm doing now. And I'm also using my wave cap to filter the paint so it won't have any kind of air bubbles. You know what I'm saying? So this is the finished product of the primer. This is the latex primer. I painted the top. You see everything is even. Everything is an even color. It's all white. So now when I lay my paint on top of this, everything's gonna be even. You know what I'm saying? The color is gonna just be an even good color, and it's gonna be its real color. It's not gonna be like a darker color or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm getting ready to paint my last coat, which is the blue paint. This should be the last paint covering the primer. I got everything taped off with the paper bag. This is the final color right here. All I gotta do now is paint the trims. Paint more like the trims all red, and it should be a finished product right now, man. Because only thing I gotta do now is paint all the trims red. I ran across a problem right here because I ran out of paint. I ran out of spray paint, so I had to run to Sherman-Williams, but Sherman-Williams was closed, so I had to run to Home Depot. And I don't know if you can see, but that paint, that color is like more red. It's a lighter red than everything else. But I think Monday Sherman-Williams opened back up, and I went in and got the correct paint. But everything should be done now, man. So if y'all want to continue watching this bullshit, man, everything's all done and all that now, man. All I gotta do now is put that sucker in the store, man. See if I get my motherfucking money back. And other than that shit, man, that's about it, bro. If you guys want to continue watching the episode, man, I should be having episode 3 and should be showing you guys how I restored the inside of it, you know what I'm saying, and restoring the machine mechanism of it and all that. And if you guys want to continue watching this bull, you heard me, continue watching, you know what I'm saying, episode 2. This is episode 2. The next part is episode 3. It's your boy Vince Boy 1800 signing out.